La 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 la, wait till I get my money right.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Quantum Ascend. I have Chainlink link up on the screen here, and we've done alt season targets for this already, conservative and secondary. We're looking at $80 and $130 respectively, conservative and primary. Go check that out. We have to use the market cap to measure out those longer term targets. So I go ahead and I do that in that video. So go check that out on my X page or my YouTube. Excuse me. So for link today, what we're going to do instead is we're going to dive in here to the shorter term time frame stuff. I have this high going back to December of 2024. And so for a lot of the market, guys, the alts are still sitting like down by the 236, right? This thing has gotten a little bit of gas and we are up there. It hit the 786 and got rejected. Oftentimes on my channel, I talk about the 618 to 786 area being a huge area of like our danger zone, right? Where a lot of times it can end up rolling back over. Looking at link on this count on the way up, there's a couple different directions you could go with it. You could say that this was 1, 2, and then right now, I mean, you could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3. We're working on a 4 and then a fifth wave. Or how you could look at it is this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're settling down. And you can look at this whole thing as a more macro 1, 2, and then waiting on 3, 4, and 5. So the count on this, a little murky still. Here's what I'll say is if we're using this as our base case here, and you can count 5 waves in 1, 5 waves in 3, 5 waves in 5. What I'll say is if you look at this, wave 1 was 77%, wave 3 was 83%, and wave 5 was 78%. So that's pretty clean. Wave 3 being the longest, 1 and 5 being the same. This is where I'm leaning right now. And so obviously for Link, we still have a ways to go here in an alt season environment. Haven't gotten there yet. But we do want to use the market cap chart for the longer time frame stuff. I just want to show you guys on the price chart. It's a lot easier than having to pull everything over, that this is what's going on. So it makes complete sense here based on this 5-wave count that we got up to there, we chilled out, and right now we're just working on settling down in here. I could totally see this coming a little bit lower. If you look at right now what we have going on the shorter time frame here, you have that trend line rejected, looks like it could roll over to take that low out again. What it looks like could be happening is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're waiting on a 5. It would make a lot of sense for us to come back down to that 0.5 level, which is also kind of on top of this wave 3. Let me change these colors a little bit. On top of this wave 3. And so that would coincide with, on my channel, we've been talking about potentially one more drop in Bitcoin. Could see that coming in here for Chainlink. I mean, this isn't a huge drop. That's probably, what, 10% from the current price? Yeah, 10.5% from the current price. Not huge in the grand scheme of things. And then we start a whole new structure up. Now, we're talking about 3 waves for the alts. So this could be a 5-wave move, or it could end up being an ABC. Not every chart is exactly the same, but we could ABC into new highs, and that coincides with the majority of the alts wave 3, 4, and 5. Ignore those price levels. I was just showing you conceptually what I'm talking about. So let's see if this thing makes it back down to that 20.5-cent level here soon. Let's pull in the oscillators real quick. You see that we're down below the below the 40 line, which is bearish territory. Oftentimes when price kind of waddles down here is when you'll see stuff start to drop. For example, back here we broke below it and we didn't pop again until over here. That whole time that it was waddling down there, price was falling. All right. So want to see this. We don't want it to stick down to the lows. Love to see something like this back here where we tapped it and then we just turned back, knifed through everything, got us back up into bull territory. Because adversely, once we popped up here, price was appreciating. Over here, popped above it, price was appreciating, right? So that's what we're looking for here on Link, my friends. We're getting pretty close, I think, across the board to this drop being over. Nothing has changed for me on the macro. Again, over on my Quantum Circle group, we talk all the time about the macro. I compare stuff to the past. We talk about how this time is not different regardless of what you might be seeing on X. So go check that out. Link to that is in my bio. If not, guys, I just really appreciate you being here. If you could follow, like, repost. I want to get this info out to as many people as I can before it's too late. So hope you guys are having a great Thursday. I'll talk to you in a bit.